is to give you the team news. Well, the teams, first of all, then, starting with Manchester United. They've got Peter Schmeichel in goal, number 2, David May, 3, Dennis Irwin, 4, Steve Bruce, the captain, 5, Lee Sharp, 6, Gary Pallister, 7, Andrei Kanchelskis, 8 is Paul Ince, who's still suffering a little bit from a knee injury, 9, the 19-year-old Nicky Butt, the midfielder, making his first European appearance, 10, Mark Hughes, and 11, Ryan Giggs. And Alex Ferguson has stressed that his team must be compact and patient. I think, in fact, they'll play with 3 in midfield, Butt, Ince and Sharp, with 3 up front. They've certainly got pace down the flanks, Kanchelskis, Hughes and Giggs. No Cantona, of course, suspended. No Roy Keane has been injured. And no Brian McClare, who's fallen foul, of course, of the foreign player restriction. Gothenburg, meanwhile, as we've heard, 7 of their World Cup squad in this squad. One of the best known, of course, is the keeper, Thomas Ravelli. 2, Pontus Cormack, the captain. 3, Magnus Johansson. 4, Joachim Björklund. 5 is Michael Nielsen. 6, Michael Martinsson. 7, Magnus Erlingmark. 8, Stefan Lindqvist. 9, Jesper Blomqvist. 10 is Jonas Olsson. And 11, Stefan Pedersen. It's almost certain, I think, that Gothenburg will swamp their midfield. In fact, they've named 3 central defenders. But watch out for Blomqvist. He drifts in so dangerously from the left flank. And Erlingmark, who makes good late runs as well. And with Stefan Pedersen, who had a long spell with Ajax of Amsterdam, he'll be the lone striker up front. When we look at the substitutes, there are certainly some unfamiliar names on United's bench. 3 of them are 19 years old, 2 of them are only 20, but they, believe it or not, well, you have to believe it, they are stars of the future. And the referee tonight comes from Belgium, Guy Goethals. And if football followers know that name, they should indeed. He's the son of the former Belgian manager, Raymond Goethals, who indeed was recently in this competition when he was manager of Marseille. Well, there is Nicky Butt, the 19-year-old from Greater Manchester, from Gorton. A terrific temperament, a player who springs through quickly from the midfield, an excellent player in the air. But as Alex Ferguson was saying a little earlier to us today, he's got a wonderful temperament as well and has no doubts at all about putting this 19-year-old into this European arena. Well, that's Joachim Björklund, who again Alex Ferguson feels is very often the inspiration of Gothenburg defence. One of their World Cup players, still only 23 years old. Campaign for Alex. Let's just have a quick word with Kevin about that amazing performance of yours last night in Antwerp.
That was a great night for Newcastle United. We took tremendous support there. And
just tell me what the Antwerp coach said to you after the game.
Well, he summed it up. He said, Mr. Keegan, he said, I have never seen such quality football played at such a pace. And there was really no answer to that. It was a great performance.
Got off to a great start, and that's the start of a long campaign for you as well. We wish Newcastle United the best of good fortune too, Colin.
Thank you.
But now it's Manchester United in the European Champions League, setting off again on that golden trail that they hope will lead to a European Cup final and success there. The trophy they last won, as we've known, in the days of Law, Best and Charlton back in 1968. No doubts about it. It's not going to be an easy ride for United tonight against the champions of Sweden in the blue and white strip, attacking the goal to our right. This is Pettersson, a good spell and did well at Ajax. An offside flag up against Martinsson and a free kick to Manchester United. Of course, how it's changed since those glory days for United in 1968. Now, let me just remind you, it's based on 4 leagues of 4, this European Champions League. And the top 2 in each league go into the quarter-finals. That's new this season. Then becomes a knockout, of course, quarter-finals, semi-finals, and the final. 2 points for a win, 1 for a draw. Also in United's group, of course, Galatasaray, remember them so well. They knocked out United last season, and Barcelona. Pallister, swept wide here for Irwin. By Nicky Butt. Here's Ryan Giggs. twisting, turning. They need a good positive performance from him tonight. But also Johansson, one of the central defenders, with a headband. Giggs again. Owen. Oh, that's a free kick. Surely the foul there by Johansson. Hughes up there. Pallister going up there. Bruce going up there. Giggs. Playing it to Kanchelskis. Giggs again. Sharp. Ince. Long-range shot. Oh, Ravelli had to turn that one away. That was a good strike by Ince. He's been struggling with a knee injury. Brought a smile to his face as well. And it certainly brought a good save from Ravelli. Giggs with the corner. The big men are up there, poised to get an early strike for Manchester United. But Bjorklund is there. Gets a temporary reprieve at any rate. And then a shot by Nicky Butt. Charged away by a whole rank of Swedish defenders there. And eventually off Kanchelskis for a throw to Gothenburg. But a bright start for Manchester United, Kevin.
A terrific start, Brian. It's very important that they set the tempo in this game, because the Swedes will be happy just to kill it at any chance they get. And obviously, as you said before, they'll fill the midfield. But a great start, and the first 5 minutes of these games are very important.
Johansson with a long ball forward. This is Blomqvist, and he won't reach it. This is the young lad they talk of as the Ryan Giggs of Sweden. Actually, you'll notice he does tease the ball and all. He's very, very left-footed. He teases that ball on his left foot. He drifts in dangerously, as I've said. He's got a really wicked shot on him. Still only 20 years old. Alistair now. And I said it won't be an easy ride. Trelleborg, of course, who had that amazing win against Blackburn last season. Gothenburg beat them 6-0 this season. And then they had a 0-0 draw against them. So in this European League, remember, United get 3 home games and 3 away. That's all completed up by Christmas. And the quarterfinals, semi-finals and final, that starts in March again. 2 points for a win, and that really has got to be United's target tonight. The scene is not complicated in any way by away goals. It's a league, and 1-0 will do for a start.
Yeah, what they've done, Brian, they've taken out the chance results, haven't they? I think anyone who qualifies now, or doesn't qualify, in fact, can't say they're unlucky. The best teams should get through.
Correct. Johansson with the header. Erling Mark playing it wide for Martinsson. Ederson's through the middle there. Bruce too is there. And Irwin is there. And Giggs picks it up. And the crowd roar as Giggs takes it on. It's Nicky Butt. This is Nielsen. Challenge there by May. Bruce.
Thing the European rule does with foreign players, Brian, does that is positive, is that it does give young players a chance. I mean, you look at the subs tonight, and there's Scholes on there and others who can stake a claim for a place. So it's not all bad news. We knock it sometimes, but there are good things to come out of it.
Yeah, I take that point. I'm totally against it, actually. I think the European Champions League should be a showcase for the best players and the best teams in the whole of Europe, and I don't honestly see what it, apart from giving youngsters a chance, I don't really see what it produces. And certainly, talking to Martin Edwards, the Manchester United chairman today, he said the sad thing is that Europe just haven't seen the best of Manchester United.
No, it's a diluted sort of side. That's got to be said without any disrespect to the players out there. This wouldn't be the team we would normally pick. But having said that, we knock it, and the good thing is Nicky Butt's got a chance now to stake a claim on the biggest stage of all.
Foul by Cormack. He had a good spell in the World Cup, did Cormack, the Gothenburg captain. Played in 4 of their last 5 games in America this last summer. Number 2. At the moment it's with Lee Sharp. Ferguson. Ince. Finds Owen. Gets the return. Can he keep it in play? No. he did, but Gothenburg got possession. Cormack. Giggs takes it on. This is Lindqvist to Blomqvist. Playing it for Kanchelskis. United fans want to see him flying down that flank. I think Buck is offside.
He was very late there, the linesman, Brian, but I must say, to be fair to linesman, that is the most difficult one when it's so close to them. As it is here, look. He's calling for it, he's trying to look at the ball, and then suddenly he thinks, oh, he must be offside, and up goes the flag. And you've got to give them a little bit of a chance. It is difficult, that one, but he was spot on.
Yep, absolutely. Bit of rain in the air now. We've been promised some pretty horrible weather by the forecasters this afternoon. It hasn't materialised as yet, but the rain has just started to fall on Old Trafford. The temperature's certainly gone down a few degrees. Gothenburg play a British type of game, normally with a flat back four, but their spirit is very, very good. They're second in the league at the moment, having won the championship last season. Here's Mark Hughes. Owen. Finds Pallister. Giggs. Beaten by Johansson.
Johansson looks very much like Hendry, who plays for Blackburn, but he's obviously with not just the headband, but actually the way he plays as well. 100%, a wholehearted player, and looks a very good professional.
Björklund. Lindqvist gets it back to Nielsen and back to Thomas Ravelli. 35-year-old goalkeeper, played against Iceland last week to claim his 119th cap, equaling the record of Pat Jennings. He's still about half a dozen behind Peter Schüpp.
I think the jury's still out on him as a goalkeeper, Brian. A lot of people think he's not up to it, but he had quite a good World Cup, and then towards the end started to make a few mistakes. But he was one of the better keepers, I think I've got to say that.
Away goes Sharp. Johansson with him. Defender with a lot of pace. And Sharp with a lot of persistence. Cormack, though. Bruce. Up to Hughes, chesting it down. But to Kanchelskis. Certainly United are attacking with a lot of pace. May playing it in. Hughes with a header. Okay.
Yeah, Alex Ferguson will be delighted with this start, Brian. I mean, it's the way they've picked up the pace and said, we're going to play at Manchester United's pace here tonight. And of course, the pitch, in many ways, will help them do that because it's a beautiful surface and the ball is zipping off it. But obviously, you know, they've got to be careful because on the break, I think they're going to be very dangerous, the Swedes, as they were in the World Cup. The national side, that is.
Oh, Palace's header will find Giggs. Hughes is waiting in the middle. Won't get to him. Cormack. Johansson. Ferguson. Johansson. Stopped by Ince. It'll come through now for Bruce. Playing it for Owen. Hitting it long. Gothenburg, who beat Sparta Prague in their preliminary round. They had to go through the preliminary round. Manchester United went straight into the Champions League. May getting there, turning it into touch. Gothenburg's throw. Martinsson with it. Blomqvist.
People were saying that Blomqvist is very much like Ryan Giggs, but I think he's more like Lee Sharp. Having said that, they're both fairly similar, so there's not a big difference. But he's very strong. He's very direct. He's a very, very good player.
Nielsen with the throw. Martinson, cleared by Pallister. The Manchester United throw. A lot of noise in Old Trafford. By no means a full house, but generating a very good atmosphere. Steve Bruce. Pallister. Hughes on the chase. Sharp picks it up. Oh, and he whacked one in, but whacked it straight against Bjorklund. It's a lovely bit of play by him. Picks it up again. Some good, determined work by Nicky Butt in there as well. Owen. Good pace this again for Manchester United. Just want the finishing touch, but they got a corner now.
The first goal is so vital tonight, Brian. If they get it, they could open up a great night for them.
Kanchelskis. Giggs has gone across there to help, but Kanchelskis played it in. David May gets in there. And Ravelli just gets there before him. I think the referee may have given a free kick for the foul by May on this Gothenburg goalkeeper. Manchester United 0. Gothenburg, as they say in Sweden, 0. Coming up to 13 minutes. Two great Scandinavian goalkeepers on display tonight. Peter Schmeichel.
Both totally different in the way they perform the art of goalkeeping, Brian, it's got to be said. But nevertheless, both very effective, I think.
Kanchelskis, but a nice little return ball played there by Nicky Butt. Kanchelskis off with a lot of pace, gets the free kick.
Yeah, he's a little bit unlucky there, Nielsen, but one thing for sure, he's got the pace to match Kanchelskis. Just looking at that little clip there, and there's not many can do that, Brian. A free kick.
Swarming, there's so much movement in that box, as you can see. That's a very good picture indeed. Floated very high towards Mark Hughes, but too high. Yeah, it's like a swarm of wasps in that penalty area there.
Yeah, they're really fired up for this, Brian, you know, and I think the start to the game, as I say, Alex will be delighted with. Obviously, you know, they've got to set the pace of the game. The Swedes would be delighted to go back with a 0-0 draw. The onus is on Man United, and they're taking the game to them. And you feel when Man United do this, they're as good as anything to watch. They really are.
They had that disappointing finish to their European campaign last year against Galatasaray. And I think until they get that opening goal and get that out of their system, they're just going to be maybe that little bit edgy. But certainly it's been a bright and a positive start by them. Free kick which Pontus Cormac, captain of Gothenburg, hitting it long. Header in there. Ince got a valuable header in, so too did Irwin. Out to Giggs. Sharp won't get to it.
Customers, they always have been. And Gothenburg have got a lot of European experience. They won the UEFA Cup twice, of course, but this is the big one.
Oh, lovely header. Brings Mark Hughes into the play from Kanchelskis, that was. Ravelli gathers it well. It wasn't the best of crosses there by Hughes. Gothenburg won the UEFA Cup twice, and 2 seasons ago they finished runners-up to Milan in their Champions League group. And they don't have to worry about the foreign players rule. All the men in blue and white shirts this evening are Swedes. Cormac hitting it long. Lundqvist couldn't quite get on the end of it. May was policing him very well indeed, though.
I think most of the people who associate with English clubs looking at the Swedes tonight will be very interested in the young lad up front, Lundqvist, and also Björklund, who's also very young, but also very experienced.
Bruce sending Nicky Budd away. Hughes in the middle, Sharp in the middle. Giggs is coming up fast.
Yeah, he just had to wait for people to get with him, didn't he? Just trying to make too sure instead of maybe just whipping it in and taking a chance.
Out again. Sweden get it clear towards Martinsson. Owen with the header. Flicked on again by Sharp. A throw for the Swedish champions. Has slipped his man well there. He's hit one deep, but it's a little too deep maybe, yes. And Erlingmark.
What a shame, Brian. Such skill to get in the position and such a poor quality ball at the end of it. But little sign there for May that he's just got to watch this guy because he's got a bag of tricks. Yeah, I think he should have whipped it in near post and. Even had it been a little bit better, it would have still had to be knocked back down, wouldn't it? It wasn't a killer ball.
And that seemed to be one of the features of your performance in Antwerp last night. You were whipping in some terrific balls there from the flanks.
Yeah, they're only terrific balls, though, if someone gets on the end of them, Brian. And the movement was very good, and people were in the right places.
Kanchelskis. Oh, flicked away by Ravelli. Corner for United. Up goes Pallister. In comes Bruce.
This is where you feel they might get something from corners. They're not small, the Swedes, but the movement from Man United is terrific, and they just might catch a man.
Giggs with it. Oh, he fisted and he lost it. Completely missed punch there. They were so lucky to escape with that with Gothenburg. Martinsson playing it wide here for Johansson. And that's easy for Schmeichel.
With that replay again there, he doesn't inspire confidence, and then sometimes he looks as good as anything around, and that was one of his poorer moments again, Brian. But he's such a character. I hope he plays till he's 50.
Leicester. Curious work in the air there, getting well above Pedersen. Lundqvist. Back to Nielsen. Bruce. Good judgment there by Bruce. Simple ball to Ince. Pace is quickened again. Ince is brought down. United a free kick. Taken quickly. Owen might try something from there. Called into action. But still United can't find a way through, coming up to 20 minutes.
Yeah, this is one man you don't want to let in from here, but he's so cool. I mean, he's got his own way of keeping it out, but it seems to work, and I admire him tremendously.
Giggs again with a corner. Pallister knocking it in. Lindqvist got that half away. Some help there from Erlingmark. Erlingmark again, but the whistle's gone for a free kick for a handball to Gothenburg.
I think one of the things worth pointing out, you were on about our performance last night. We didn't really have to change the team around at all, Brian, and it does help, there's no doubt about it. And it may take 15, 20 minutes, maybe even half an hour before the United, this sort of new formation for them settles into being, but they've started off bright. The pace is good. Just sometimes the final ball at the moment, but it'll come, I'm sure, over 90 minutes.
Here's Stefan Pedersen. A challenge by Nicky Butt from behind. Provides Gothenburg with a free kick.
referee started off very well, because there's been 2 or 3 little incidents where he could have flashed yellow cards and that, but he's allowed for this slippy surface. He's doing a great job, I think.
With the free kick. Alistair with the header clear. Cormac playing it back in again. Buck is in there. And Schmeichel with a long throw. The Swedes were saying a bit earlier today they worry about his long throws. And now Giggs. Hughes is in there. Giggs might well want to do it all on his own. He tried too much. The earlier ball might have been more profitable. Kanchelskis throws his arms up in despair. Hughes had made a fantastic run as well, but United get a corner. Alistair and Bruce are there again. May with a header. Oh, off the crossbar. May have been Hughes, but certainly it was a good crack by a red shirt. The ball bouncing back off the crossbar, and suddenly the break is on for Gothenburg. Martinsson. They've got Erlingmark and Blomqvist waiting in the middle. And Cormac coming up fast. United really need to reform now. But he hit that one straight at Pallister. Cormac again, floated in. Bruce, that's an easy one for him. Giggs just knocking it on. Buying a bit of time for United here. Johansson. That's Schmeichel's. Well, it's a goal kick.
Well, I don't know.
Let's have a look at this again.
Terrific chance. I think it was someone who got up off the floor. Yeah, he's on the floor.
Yeah, it was Paul Ince.
It's Ince.
Well, he's had 2 great cracks at goal so far as Ince. One that produced an excellent save, one that came back off the crossbar. Still 0-0. Giggs again. Playing it for Sharp. In for Giggs. And now for Sharp. Kept it in play, yes. But Cormac brings it away for Gothenburg. Blomqvist on this side now. Pedersen to Martinsson.
We're saying how fired up they seem to be for this game. Of course, you'd expect that. And they worked all last season to win the English League, to have another crack at something they didn't do very well last year, Manchester United. And you can see it means a lot to them. And they've just got to keep doing this, and you feel with the ability they've got in this side, they must prize some chances against Gothenburg. And then, of course, the most important thing, someone's got to stick them in the back of the net.
That's right. 6 matches to be played, so there are 12 points at stake. Alex Ferguson reckons 8 or 9 will get them into one of the top 2 places that puts United into the quarterfinals, but it's so important they make these 2 points count when they're at home. The next match is in a fortnight's time in Turkey against Galatasaray. You can imagine what the atmosphere will be like there, and that'll be difficult.
It certainly will be a difficult game, Brian, but it's a chance for them to readdress the balance from last year.
Absolutely.
And,
looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm sure that a lot of the players will be.
It's Nielsen with the free kick. And a good one it is, but too high.
There's nothing complicated really about the way the Swedes play, Brian, is there? You know, they're good, genuine athletes, 100%ers. And when you think about it, that's what the national side did in the World Cup. And possibly Brolin and Kenneth Anderson and the coloured half guy from Gladbach.
Oh, Darlin.
They just give them a little extra spark.
Blomqvist. It's a goal kick. To Ince. Hughes. Ince playing it straight to Cormac. Martinson. Pedersen. Cormac again. Holding marks in the middle there. Blomqvist has come drifting in from the flank once more. Martinson. And they've scored through Pedersen. That's a real blow for Manchester United. And Gothenburg then take the lead through Stefan Pedersen.
It's a great ball in here. Very difficult to defend against. But look at this, he makes up a lot of ground, doesn't he, Pedersen? He is the most experienced player in this side, and it really came good for him there, his experience.
The man they got back from Ajax, 31 years old. Hasn't really had, from all accounts, a very good season, but that could be a very precious goal indeed. Foul by Hughes on Johansson.
What a frustrating game football can be sometimes, Brian. You know, Manchester United have done everything right. They've defended well up until that point, sensibly, without anything silly. And they've attacked at every possible moment. Looked like they're going to open them up a few times. And then the first move, really, that they put together of any substance, they're 1-0 up.
But you were saying you have to watch them on the break. And we were saying from the start, it's not going to be an easy ride. And now it has suddenly become a very difficult one for United. Plenty of time left yet, though. And here's Hughes chasing, but Johansson back to Ravelli. Innes. Alistair. Justice.
They must keep just doing what they've been doing, though, Brian, because there's been nothing wrong with that. They mustn't start to abandon the way they've been playing, because I still believe that's the right way to prize this defence open. They mustn't panic. There's a long, long time left yet. Just 28 minutes gone, you know, a lot of football to be played.
There's Nicky Butt chasing this, but chasing it in vain.
This is a great ball in, Brian. As I said,
Martinson.
Very difficult to defend. The only thing you can say is 3 defenders didn't attempt to get it, because I think they thought Schmeichel must have shouted for it or something. But it was a poor goal to concede, but a very well-worked one from the Swedes' point of view.
Owen.
That'll just give them a little bit more confidence, won't it? A little bit more to hang on to in what is a very difficult opening game for them.
Here's Bruce. Played in towards Hughes, but Bjorklund was there for Gothenburg. Now Cormac. Blomqvist on the far side. And it should be a United throw.
I think David May on the ball there, Brian, knows he's in for a tough night. I mean, Blomqvist is a good player, a very good player. And for a young man, got a lot of confidence.
Owen. Higgs. He's running at them, but they're getting the ball. Owen again. Did well. Found Ince. Sharp. Giggs. Poor ball. Cormac now. Lindqvist. Still in Lindqvist. Surely now Blomqvist is a great chance for them again. My goodness, that was nearly another one. Flicked away that time by Schmeichel, but what do you make of that, Kevin?
Well, I can't believe how they just keep backing off, and then suddenly one ball, simple ball, and whether they're playing offside, I don't know. It's a great save from Schmeichel. He does that so well. He makes himself very big, but that is a terrific save, and that could be more important than we can even imagine at this point.
Well, he's grabbed that one safely enough.
Football is so fascinating at this level is you do get punished. These Gothenburg aren't here because they're a poor side. They're the champions of their country, and the Swedish football has been on an up and up for the last 5 or 6 years now, and we're seeing some lovely moves put together at the right time and some good finishing.
Higgs. A little shuffle, a little shimmy, but Carmack wasn't prepared to buy any of it.
Good little battle between these two. Giggs has started off a little bit sloppy by his standards, but you can see he wants to get at Carmart. I mean, Carmart's an international player, but he's got no fears of him.
Giggs again. Longfist right back there to block that one. Alistair. Ince. But now Steve Bruce. Ince again. So important for United that they stay patient and they stay calm. Still plenty of this game left. But it's also important they stay very secure at the back. Bruce finding Ince. Joskus. Stopped by Bjorklund. Bruce again, turning it in. And here's his onside. Giggs has made it 1-1. Well, that'll settle people down a bit. And Gothenburg were looking for an offside, but there was a player playing onside. You can see him on the far side of the field there, playing butt onside. Hughes puts it across. They only half get it clear, and Giggs rams it home to make it 1-1. Kevin?
Well, it's no more than deserved. Probably the only thing I would say is for Ryan Giggs, that'll really boost his confidence, because, as I said, he hadn't started off that brightly. His final ball hadn't been so good, at least not to the standards we expect from him. But they deserve that. They've worked hard, and we've got a great game on our hands here.
Ince now to Irwin, but the ball will run out of play before Giggs can get to it.
Great ball across here from Mark Hughes. Very difficult to defend. They managed to half block it, but who does it fall to? Giggs. And where does it fall? On his left foot. And where's it going to end up? It's got to be a goal. I was going to say you could have scored that one, Ryan, but I'm not sure.
Ravelli.
There was still a bit of work to do, and he kept his cool.
It's a free kick for Gothenburg. Well, it was a much-needed goal. A 20-year-old Ryan Giggs with his glorious future. It's amazing to think that at 20 he's already played like 125 league games, I think, for Manchester United. Picking up experience all along the way to go with that terrific talent that he's got.
And the other thing that's so good is now we're back in Europe. He's not being denied that experience, Brian, as a lot of players. I mean, Peter Beardsley, it's hard to believe, at 33 played his first European game last night through no fault of his own, really. And it's lovely to see us back in Europe. We belong there, and let's hope our sides this year can prove it.
It's May for Manchester United on the far side. Here's Kanchelskis. Lindqvist, or rather Olsen that time, gets it away. A throw to Manchester United. May. Kanchelskis. Alistair back to Schmeichel. Bruce is out there, being closed down by Pedersen. That's a funny ball to play, but Ince was there. Oh, they're a bit at 6s and 7s at the moment.
Well, the reason, what caused that, Brian, was the Swedes started to press for the first time, and it nearly caught them out, Manchester United. They just thought, oh, we'll have a chase of this ball. About 4 of them went in pursuit, and they ended up 4 against 3. And they're doing it again now. And
I tell you what, they're going to throw it away again if they go on like this. Here's a little flick on.
Alex Ferguson will certainly be reaching for the tranquilizers, that's for sure. They're causing a lot of problems themselves in that little spell there of about 30 seconds.
Here's Giggs again, taking on Cormac. Now, can he outpace him? Johansson's coming across well. He's a defender, as we said, with terrific pace. Good awareness too, the youngster. Irwin, too high for Kanchelskis. And a goal kick for Gothenburg.
There's Alec, just had his tranquilizer after the 30 seconds of madness. But look here, they almost get in each other's way. Just a little bit of pressing from Peterson on Bruce. A shout from Schmeichel, leave it.
And that could have gone anywhere.
He could have gone off his foot and back in the net. Luckily, it's gone straight to Pallister. All adds to the thrills, though, Brian, of football.
There's Nicky Butt. And now Dennis Irwin. Giggs. Butt chesting it down. Ince. Little touch there for Butt. Giggs again. Hughes. In the end he finds Butt again. Finds Ince. There's space over on the right there with Kanchelskis, but the foul there provides Manchester United with a free kick.
Again, I think the referee's done well, but the crowd are a little bit incensed because he hasn't put a yellow card out. And I can understand that, because this year, in games like this, similar to this, we've already seen 3 or 4 yellow cards brandished, haven't we? And they're sort of thinking, what's happened? Have the rules changed for the European Cup? But I think he's doing it right. It wasn't a malicious challenge, it was just mistimed.
But it does give Giggs a chance to do something spectacular, maybe. His sort of range. That waspish left foot of his. Giggs with the free kick, but too high.
There was shades of the Liverpool free kick there, whereby there was hardly a Manchester United player ahead of the ball, because you know that either Giggs or Irwin is going to shoot. But that one wasn't quite as good as the one Irwin did against Liverpool at Anfield.
Nielsen. Hit long, intercepted by May. A throw to Gothenburg. Eric Cantona, of course, is suspended for 4 European games, having been sent off at the end of that game in Turkey last season. Roy Keane, as we know, is injured. Paul Parker's injured, although Alec Ferguson saying that he hoped very much that he can get Parker back for the match in Turkey in a fortnight's time. It would be very important for that one. Johansson. Oh, Giggs might get in behind him. There's a great chance here. What can he do? Oh, he might still. Hughes has it charged down. There was a great opportunity there for Manchester United, and most of all for Ryan Giggs.
Well, an incredible situation. I mean, the goalkeeper's done well again, but he should have come first of all. Anyway, having decided to stay, he blocks it with his face. He then blocks the other one with his chest. And then Mark Hughes pulls it back and the lad heads it over his own bar.
Here's the corner. Ince was flying at that one. May's getting in there, Ravel's in there. The goalkeeper's got it in the end. The referee is protecting him as United go flying in.
Ravelli's got it stuck between his backside and his legs. I think
it's Olsen, the defender, who's down injured. Now, will they let... I think the Gothenburg players are complaining that 1 or 2 feet were flying in there from Manchester United, but I think they genuinely there were going for the ball, but I'm not sure about that, though. But
they were genuinely going for the ball. The trouble is the ball was stuck up his backside almost at the bottom, top of his legs. And look, they've every right to go in and challenge for that. I think it looks like he's hurt his shoulder, dislocated his shoulder or the pin of his shoulder.
It's Olsen. But again, the referee was very quickly in there, wasn't he? He's done really well tonight.
He's in some pain there, Brian. That's very painful. If that's the pin or the corner of the shoulder, that will be him out the game. One more sure of that.
They're down to 10 men at the moment. It's at 3 minutes to half-time. I suppose they'll be debating on the Gothenburg bench whether they can take a risk for 3 minutes and see what a half-time break can do for Olsen. Long ball forward again. Giggs chasing this one. Goal kick. So he's getting off to the dressing room for treatment is Jonas Olsen.
I'll be surprised if he comes back, Brian, as well, because that, if it is what I think it is, that is very painful. Looks like they're going to substitute already. They made their mind up.
Yeah, we've got a special competition for you at half-time, as well as the analysis with Bob and Dennis. May. Chelskis. May, a good overlap here. And a cross, didn't quite get it in, but he's won a corner. 2 minutes of the first half left. Giggs across there already to take it. Now without Olsen, one of the defenders. That was quite easy for Pedersen to get it away. Roger Gustafsson, we saw there, the Gothenburg manager, we're getting the substitute ready. In the meantime, May crossing it in. My goodness, Ravelli did well there. Puck was flying in.
Puck was looking to headbutt it into the goal there, but a great save. I mean, he doesn't do it by the... He's not copybook goalkeeping, but it's effective. It's a great ball in from May, gets a deflection, and he does very well.
In the meantime, Martinson on the break for Gothenburg. He's outwitted Steve Bruce for the moment. He's got Irwin to contend with, and Irwin fits in well. And Gothenburg are waiting to bring on a substitute. And in the meantime, they're attacking well. It's Stefan Wren who'll be coming on. And a corner. They want to get him on before the corner's taken. Stefan Wren, it was a bit of a surprise, actually, that he wasn't in the side in the first place. Evertonians remember him. He had a spell at Goodison Park. He only played 4 or 5 games at Goodison, but apparently he's had an absolutely brilliant last couple of seasons in Sweden, and it was a part of their World Cup squad. Now he's on as a substitute, and here's the corner. Coming up to half-time, Schmeichel, I'm not sure whether he grabbed for it and missed it or just let it fly by him. It's a goal kick at any rate. You're very interested to hear what Bob has got to say about Ravelli at half-time and the goalkeeping. Lovely slow-motion pictures. And a goal kick to Manchester United. Time added on. Referee had a look at the watch there. Olsen, the defender's gone off rather. Wren has come on. Now Wren is more or less a central midfielder, so maybe they'll have to change their formation a little bit. There's the half-time whistle, and an excellent first half it's been, with Manchester United getting that shock when Stefan Ferguson put Gothenburg into the lead. And United certainly had chances. They had a lot of the play. They played with a lot of pace. And then Ryan Giggs provide the equaliser. 1-1. That's the story so far here at Old Trafford in this European Champions League game.